Hey everybody, this is Nace with South Four Farms. I'm going to just do a little moment of opportunity to show you how to get the tubing attached to the wire that holds it. These little twist ties, you can get them just about anywhere, especially places that have concrete and rebar. These are rebar ties, and this little swivel tool is what ties them up. So we just put the tubing on here and get the little tabs to line up. I'm sorry I got to yell, but I just didn't bring my little microphone down. So we put these on every 18 inches or so to make it nice and tight. And the reason I'm replacing some of this tubing is because I have the pump house has been remodeled, and I had to run tubing back into it, and I just, with the placement of it, it made it a little too short. So we have to run a little bit of tubing and get that back into the tank in the pump house. Now this will be a little bit better view. I got the two little twisted ends and the tool, and I just put that around there, get these little tabs, little twisted ends lined up, and then you just, oops, you can't take it too tight. That's what happens. So we'll try this again. I'll try to pay attention while I'm running my mouth, because it's not, as you've seen in some of my other videos, it's not easy for me to run my mouth and do something and think of what I'm going to say at the same time. In case you hadn't noticed, none of this is scripted. Now I'll be right back with how to take this wire and attach it to itself with a little tool, and that way you can tighten it up with the ratchet, and the ratchet is on that tree right up there. So I'll be right back. All right everybody, I'm back, and I got a little bit of a close-up here, but I'm going to show you what's going to happen. I have run the wire around this fixed point. I've got that eye bolt into the frame of the building, and I got a little bit of that Flex Seal on there. That stuff is amazing, and commercial may or may not annoy you, but it works. Anyhow, these little crimp-ons here, this is for 12.5 gauge wire, and this is stainless steel fence wire, and you can get it at any farm store, but I'm going to run these wires through here and use my crimp tool. And this thing, this bad boy right here, I tell you, you can put a crimp on something, and it's got teeth for different size crimps, but that's how we clamp that on. And I don't really have a good way to hold this thing. Now one thing I'm gonna have to do is raise my tubing on the other 3 drops, and I've already raised it once. I didn't go far enough, but I'm gonna have to raise that so I get at least 1 to 1.5, at least I'd like to go 2% slope right to here. So we'll get that from there to this boot that goes inside the building to the tank, and we'll see what happens when I get everything raised. And I'll be back with the crimp tool on the crimps. All right, I got my phone balanced on the ink pen in my pocket, and it's just leaning up against my chest. But anyhow, we'll see if this works for a video. But what I did right there, I put the crimp on this thing, and it is not easy to apply. It's just very awkward, but you select the right size for the crimp you're doing. I'm doing this, what is that, 2 to 3 is the size of my crimp, and I hope that part come out. And then once I get this straightened up and get the drop on my tubing, I will run the tubing right into the boot right there. And that way it'll keep rain out, keep everything dry. The only thing going in will be the wonderful sap. All right, now we're going to tighten up this tubing. I thought I had, when I raised the tubing the first time, I thought I had eyeballed it pretty close, and I think it's going to work. When I put a couple of turns on this right here, Yeah, keep my focus on while I'm trying to talk. This is not easily done. But anyway, it looks like it's gonna have a nice little drop on it all the way down to the pump house. And one way I'm going to check it is with my phone. There's a little measure app on there that will give you angles. I can lay the phone right on this wire and it'll tell me how many degrees it is down to the pump house. And you got to have a natural flow, but I'm also pulling vacuum because I got to get it from the pump house up the hill up to the sugar shack. Where is the sugar shack? It's up there behind all that brush. And that's about a 50-foot drop, and it's probably 150 foot away because it's at the far end of the building. But anyway, I'll double check this and then run through the building and we'll be good. Well, I eyeballed it pretty good. Wound up with a 2%, 2-degree drop, and that's, I'll show that on the level. That's what you see right before this video starts. And I just took a screenshot of the level app. So I come through the wall in the building, and I come over. It's going to be the end of the tank. I got that board setting up there, and that's going to hold the releaser, and the releaser will dump into this 400-gallon stainless steel tank. It's an old milk tank. It was fun getting it down the hill into the woods, but I had it on these skids here. They're 4x6 posts. I had a little angle cut in it, and I just slid that dude right down the hill. This is almost level, so I started up there and just slid her right down. And before the remodel, I came off of the hill right over here and had some boards across to the building, and just right there, and slid her. I cut the wall out and slid it right in the wall. But anyway, that's what you got to get creative when you do stuff like this. 35 years industrial maintenance, sometimes it pays off. But anyway, that's what you got to do to prepare to get the sap up there and get it boiled and turned into some pure maple syrup. This is Nace, South Four Farms. Hope you enjoyed this. Bye.